The most searched question on internet about startup is that how to get funding. And soon after that, on the second number, most searched question about startup is how much does it cost to build an MVP? It is same like asking your contractor how much does it cost to build a bungalow. And the reply is that, well, it depends. What kind of the bungalow, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms you want to develop. MVP development is very similar. What kind of the MVP you want to build. So let's decode today what MVP really costs. We cannot discuss the real figures, but we can discuss about estimated figures and the factors that impacts the MVP development cost. Stay tuned. The first thing to understand is that understand what you are paying for. Building an MVP is not just about coding. It's about creating a clarity. You are not buying an app. You are buying a validated learning. Consider an example of pizza. You can buy pizza from a street shop, a good local restaurant, or a 5-star hotel. All serve pizza. But the speed, quality and pricing differs widely. Similarly, you can get MVP developed either from a freelancer or a mid-tier agency like Softech or a larger enterprise. Same as pizza. The speed, quality and the pricing will differ widely. Let's discuss about the level of cost, approximate figures, advantages and disadvantages from where you develop your MVP from. Number 1, freelancers. Very low cost but high in risk. If we discuss about the figures, then you need to consider between $5,000 and $15,000 in your pocket if you go with the freelancer. If we discuss about advantages, then it is very budget friendly option. But if we discuss about the disadvantages, then no process, slow development and slow revisions, and there is nobody who takes the guarantee whether your project finishes or not. Number 2, mid-level agencies like Softech. It's balanced the cost with clarity. If we talk about the figures, then you need to consider between 15,000 to 40,000 in your pocket for MVP development. If we talk about the advantages, then you get structured process, sprint planning and design and development combo. But if we talk about the disadvantages, then slightly higher in cost, but it's faster, safer and accountable option for you. Number 3 is the larger enterprises. It's high in cost but high in control. If we talk about figures, then you need to have more than $50,000 in your pocket if you want to get your MVP developed from larger enterprises. If we talk about the advantages, then enterprise grade QA you get with larger enterprises, a high level of scalability and full product team. But if we talk about disadvantages, then it is not ideal for early stage startups who are still figuring out what works and what not. At Softech, we help founders strike that middle option with a dedicated team and startup focused thinking and cost that fits validation, not vanity. Then comes number 3, the hidden cost that nobody talks about. Well, it's like an uninvited guest at wedding that nobody likes. If I talk about the hidden cost, then let me point out this thing that the first hidden cost comes from founder himself. Our human mind is vibrating. It creates desires. If you have not fixed your requirements in the beginning and if you are not clear about the requirement, then you are going to add the requirements while the development is going on. So as you add the requirements while the development is on, then it is going to create a load on your own pocket. Number 2, which is iteration cost, which is when your first version is ready and you you make the changes according to the user feedback or your own feedback or your team's feedback, or if you've got the partners, then based on the partners feedback you need to create the next version. You need to make the changes for the next revision. That is going to be the additional cost. Number three, it's going to be the integration cost. As you start your MVP journey, then different kind of the integration you may need according to the requirements, whether it be APIs or payment gateways or plugins. That's going to be the third party cost as well, and the integration labor as well. Then next comes the testing and QA. Founders expect from software developers that they get bug-free product or bug-free MVP, but trust me that in software industry there is nothing like bug-free. Welcome the bugs, but check for the criticality and get them fixed immediately, and try to prevent them while the development is on. Normally software vendors consider 20 to 30% of the development cost as the quote in their proposal. And then next comes maintenance and hosting. The MVP party doesn't end at the launch. The server still needs feeding, so you need to consider ongoing costs for the servers and the APIs, which are third party costs. So for you, the tip is that keep at least minimum of 30% of total of your MVP budget, or if you can do 50% for your learning curve and last minute surprises. Then next comes the trade-offs. What to choose between speed versus quality versus price. Think of building an MVP like juggling. You can only have two balls together in the air out of these three: fast, cheap, or high quality. If you want fast and high quality, then it will not be cheap. If you want fast and cheap, then it will not be high quality. If you want high quality and cheap, then it will not be fast. You can't have all three together unless your cousin is Elon Musk. So choose your trade-offs based on your goals, not based on your greed. So how to do your budgeting smartly? Number one, define the core promise. What a single user problem these MVP should solve first. Number two, choose three must-have features. No MVP needs more than three core features initially. Number three, set realistic timeline. Talk with your project manager, talk with the business analyst, and set a realistic timeline for the first build, then test and learn. Number four, keep learning fund. As discussed, keep 30 or 50% of the total budget separately to make changes based on the user feedback. This is how smart founders do budgeting for MVP, not for perfection, but for progress. Startups ask that what will be the cost of the MVP, but the better question is that what will be the cost for not validating your idea early? Because the most expensive product in the world that nobody wants. So plan lean, spend wisely, and build smart without being scared. And if you need help planning or building your MVP with a team that thinks like founders, not just like coders, then you know where to find us. Equine Softtech, your startup execution partner. Don't ask what will my MVP cost, but ask what it is worth of. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.